Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. We just moved the cows onto another farm. We had a miniature cattle drive this morning up the hill out of a bottom where we've had them over there about 3 weeks. Finished up on the stockpile over there, and I think we fed hay for 1 day just to kind of stair-step them one full day to get them up here. And now this is our second pass. This has been grazed. And it's the 22nd of December. And you can see we still got, heck, they're still green in here, folks. It looks kind of gnarly, okay? It's Kentucky 31 fescue. And some of the more sweeter spots, there's still just a little bit of green clover left. But I'm telling you what, it's muddy. The snow melted. Of course, this morning it's about 20 degrees, so we've got some frost in the ground, but just so nice to get the cattle moving, keep them out of that yuck, you know, the mud. And you can just tell that the animals are happy. They're happy. This is what they do. Cow are grazers, and they're pretty damn good at it. You know, they just, dang it, they're just grazers. And we can make it as hard or as expensive as we want by, you know, it gets cold and there's snow on the ground, you start feeding hay, and that's what you do all winter long. And at the end of the year, you look in your pocketbook and there's nothing left. It all went out the door. But see, these animals, if you learn to manage your grass, here we are, December 22nd, we're still grazing, and we got a ton of grazing in front of us, assuming Mother Nature doesn't hit us with a blizzard or an ice storm or something. But you know, some people look at this and go, well, Greg, that looks pretty rank. But, you know, let me get close. See that? There's green in there, and there's a lot of brown. But it's been cleaned off by 60 days of rest, rain, snow. And by God, these cows, they think they just got a great big old candy bar this morning. Now, they're on about 10 acres. The first time we came through there, we gave them 5 acres, but now we're giving them double the area, and that's because all the candy's been grazed out of here, okay? You might say they're eating the candy wrapper this morning, but by gosh, don't tell them that. Look at that. You know, that's, well, 6 bales a day, and if you got them for $40 a bale, that's $240 a day that I'm saving by grazing. Now, multiply that times 6 months, okay? That's where all your money goes. It all goes in the winter to feed them hay all winter long. I mean, well, even at $200 a day, 30 days, you know, that's $6,000 a month. That's a lot of calves, folks. That's a lot of calves. And you just gave them away. It's because you're not managing your grass. You've got to give your grass rest, just like anything else. You know, this has still got some brambles in it. This is where I clipped. You can still see where I clipped. And these are, that's blackberry thorns. See where the mower took those off? And that would have been in, let's see, about the 1st of June. Only clipped once a year just to kind of keep the brambles down. Sure keeps the landowners happy. They know that their place isn't getting too woolly looking. And it does keep the plants vegetative. But yeah, these animals are doing pretty darn good for just eating what we call Kentucky 31 Endophyte infected fescue. And there's some other things in here, but that's their primary green. That's what they're going after right now. And we're liking it. I mean, 3 days before Christmas and we're still grazing. Okay? Go up and down these roads and look in these fields. I mean, there's hay bales. There's guys setting out 4 or 5 at a time and putting bale rings on them, and the cows are all fighting around them in the mud. And man, these cows are out on grass. That's why we don't have to worm. We're staying ahead of the parasites. Move them. Move your animals. Get them on clean ground. If you have to feed hay, unroll the hay out on clean ground. Don't put them up in a barn lot. That's just ridiculous. You're working for the animal then. The animal needs to be working for you. There's great living to be made, folks, in ruminant production, but you've got to go back to what they were bred to be. That is foragers. They're not meant to sit around a grain bunk and eat grain and eat hay out of a bale ring. They need to be out here on the land. And it's up to us as managers to learn to manage our grass. So that's one of the primary things that we're adamant about, is helping other people make money with their livestock. And, you know, I'll just give a plug. We're having our spring grazing schools coming up in May 7th through the 9th. Ian Mitchell Ennis and myself, and this will be our 13th year. And it's just unbelievable the amount of people that come and, you know, learn and go home and implement these practices, and some of the great emails and, you know, people have written and talking about how it's changed their whole life. And, you know, there's profit on the farm again, and that's what it's about, folks. It's you know, everybody said, but, and I've had a few people nail me on, well, you're talking about money and making money, and it's like, well, okay, what do you want me to talk about? Losing money? No. You got to make money on the farm, and if you don't learn to make money with animals, you're not going to be on the farm. You're going to be flipping burgers in town or at a factory job somewhere, which is nothing wrong with that. But, you know, your animals shouldn't be your hobby. You should be able to make money with them. And if you can't make money with your cow herd, well, then they're going to cost you. And I've had a lot of people that I used to work with when I worked in town, and when they retired, their wife made them sell their cows. It's because they didn't have the town job anymore to subsidize their hobby. Folks, it shouldn't be a hobby. They need to be able to make a living for themselves, and you can do that with good management. So hope to see some of y'all at our spring grazing school in May. It's coming up, 7th through the 9th. Go to our website, greenpasturesfarm.net. Hope to see some of y'all here in a couple months. Y'all have a good one, and Merry Christmas to everyone, and a Happy New Year.